after, right? If you don't, then you can always say, well, if only I had been successful then. But what happens when people actually get it? And there's so many examples of people saying versions of the same thing. I think of, this is an old reference now, but Tom Brady, back when he only had 3 Super Bowl rings, saying, why do I have 3 Super Bowl rings and still think there's something greater out there for me? And he says, it's gotta be more than this. And what he says, like, he's won 3 or 4 more, right, since then. I think of Brad Pitt in a Rolling Stone interview saying, I got everything I thought I wanted, and it was empty. I think of Jim Carrey saying, I think everybody should get rich and famous and do everything they ever dreamed of so they can see that it's not the answer. All of these people, if you read interviews with them, if they're honest, again and again, people who you look at or I look at, and we think they're at the top, they're at the apex, they have done it, they have made it, they've gotten everything they ever wanted. And those are the people who are saying, there's nothing here. It's all empty, it's all vanity, to use the phrase from Ecclesiastes. There's a lot of people who are devoted to the search for identity, to give another example. And they're trying to discover their true self. And so identity is the thing that they're after, and they're searching and they're seeking. And that's the thing they care most about. It was interesting, I read a personal story that someone shared anonymously in the Guardian last year, and I saved it because it was just incredibly powerfully personal. A woman, presumably, is sharing about the fact that she came out as gay in her late 20s. And she says in the article, in her disclosure here, she says, that when she did that, she hoped that newfound freedom would bring kind of a greater sense of identity and self-worth. Right now, I'll be free to live out who I truly am, and I'll get that thing I'm after. But she says instead of that actually led to more depression and more confusion over her identity. Despite trying on all different labels, she says she still felt lost. And then she says this, and this is why I saved the article. I'm now in my mid-30s, and I'm worried that this exploration of different lovers and ideologies and roles within sex is taking me further away from what I actually want, love and intimacy. And I just thought that was really powerful, because there's somebody who's saying, I've been looking and looking and looking and